A man dressed as a giant space bin just became Nigel Farage's only real opponent. And even the Prime Minister couldn't resist the joke. On July 15th, 2026, in Keir Starmer's very last Prime Minister's questions, the opposition leader stood up and did something nobody expected. She demanded a televised debate between Nigel Farage and Count Binface.
We have. But one politician intends to spend the summer avoiding scrutiny, refusing to set out his plans. So does he not agree that what the country deserves is a televised debate between Nigel Farage and Count Binface?
Yes, the man in the bin costume. And what Keir Starmer said back may be the funniest exit line in modern British political history.
Mr. Speaker, they intend to spend the summer arguing with the bin. My advice to everyone is put your vote in the bin.
Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the internet could not stop talking about it. Before we get into it, if you love sharp, fast-paced breakdowns of British politics, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell, because we cover moments like this one the day they happen. Now, let's rewind and figure out how a satirical space politician ended up dominating the final Prime Minister's questions of the Starmer era. Let's set the scene. Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. Keir Starmer walked into the House of Commons for the final time as Prime Minister. He was days away from resigning, with Andy Burnham lined up to take over. So this wasn't just another PMQs, it was a goodbye. But here's where things become more complicated. Even on a day built for tributes and farewells, one story kept crashing the party. Nigel Farage's Clacton by-election. Here's what happened.
Can I also pick up on a remark from the lead opposition about the by-election we're about to see in Clacton? I have to tell her I cannot back joke figures with ridiculous policies, which is why I'm supporting Count Binface.
Here's what happened. Farage resigned as MP for Clacton on July 7th, triggering a by-election, right as he faced scrutiny from Parliament's standards watchdog over undeclared financial gifts, including reports of a £5 million donation he allegedly failed to disclose. He said he wanted the public to be his judge. But Labour, the Conservatives, the Liberal Democrats and the Greens all refused to contest the seat. They called it a stunt. Chancellor Rachel Reeves put it bluntly on social media, saying it was a distraction and that if Farage wanted to spend his summer arguing with a bin, she wouldn't stop him. That's because, with the major parties sitting it out, Farage's most prominent challenger became Count Binface, a satirical perennial candidate played by comedian Jonathan Harvey, running on policies like forcing rule-breaking cyclists to ride unicycles. It sounds like a joke. But an Ipsos poll found 33% of British adults actually wanted Binface to win, compared to just 21% for Farage. Meanwhile, back in the Commons on Starmer's final day, Kemi Badenoch took her shot. She told MPs the country deserved a live televised debate between Farage and Binface. It got a laugh. It also teed up the moment of the day, because Keir Starmer, never one to miss a closing line, responded with, quote, "My advice to everyone is to put your vote in the bin." The Chamber reportedly loved it. Clips of the exchange spread quickly on X, shared by accounts like Politics UK, racking up reactions calling it quality and asking why Farage was, in their words, dodging a debate with a man in a bin costume. But that's not the whole story. Farage wasn't even there to hear the joke. He's currently not a sitting MP, having resigned to trigger the by-election himself, so he had no seat in the chamber to defend himself from. And he wasn't the only target that day. Liberal Democrat leader Ed Davey landed his own line, telling the Commons he couldn't back, quote, joke figures with ridiculous policies, which is why he was backing Count Binface instead. That clip also circulated widely on X under the PMQs hashtag. Interestingly, not everyone found it funny. Some commentators, including columnist John Rentoul, argued the novelty candidates felt tasteless given that former Conservative MP Anne Widdecombe had been killed just days after the by-election was called, a case now being investigated as murder. That's a serious reminder that not every reaction to this story was celebratory. However you look at it, this wasn't really about Count Binface at all. It was about a Prime Minister closing out 2 turbulent years, an opposition leader testing her tone, and a populist leader trying to control a story that was slipping away from him. So here's the bigger picture. A by-election that was supposed to be a show of strength for Nigel Farage instead became a punchline on the very day the country said goodbye to its Prime Minister. What that says about Farage's standing right now is still being debated. What do you think? Was Kemi Badenoch's joke a clever political jab, or did it trivialise a serious moment in British politics? Drop your take in the comments, and if you want more breakdowns like this one, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big political moment.